What's up everybody, this is Storm from Storm and Blackbird, back with another cooking tutorial and review. Well, not really review, I've already done this one quite a lot, because this time we're gonna be making a fun Habsburg fried rice variation. Now, the last couple of cooking videos, food videos, whatever you want to call them, they're actually pretty popular. I can't believe that, so I'm gonna do another one. And this time it's gonna be actual cooking being done. Oh yes, some of you suggested I should be doing one where I do it from scratch. So here we go, this is gonna be enjoyable to do. So what is the Fun Habsburg fried rice? The gimmick here is that you can only use ingredients, except for the rice, from the countries or places that the Fun Habsburgs once ruled in. So you have a lot of variation here. Basically, if you Google where they have once ruled, you will end up with lots and lots of nice places where food comes from. So really, you can use anything. I mean, it's all down to personal preferences. So what are my preferences? Well, first of all, in order to store these things up and fry it, we need a suitable pan, and I got this one. This is a pan and wok variation with Teflon in it, which is gonna be handy once I'm gonna be using the meat for this thing. Here we have it. The first explanation here. This is corned beef from the Dutch. This is the tulip from Tulip right here. It's they're the best at doing this, and obviously I'm gonna be using it in here. It's not gonna be that bad with fried rice, I'm gonna tell you that. So thanks to the Dutch for making this for me in this video. Oh boy. Now the next thing we're gonna use that's essential for fried rice is of course onion and garlic. We're gonna use for that amount 2 onions and 3 garlic pieces. And so really you can get that anywhere. It's not really exclusive to Austria or something. Anyways, we're gonna go to the actual fine dining here. We've got, first of all, corn from Mexico. Or, you know, corn, the variation of Mexican ingredients in here. Basically peas and paprika. I like this variation very much, and I'm gonna be using it today in this part. There was also another variation I saw, which was chili, but really, chili is everywhere. Then I just found Mexico. Well, surely enough, this is perfect. And yes, Von Habsburg actually ruled Mexico. You just Google it, just Wikipedia. It's quite the amazing story, an ending to it. And the same story, we've got jalapenos, which is amazing. They have the right taste, they have the right amount of spice and sourness, whatever you want to call it. Of course I had to buy this from the Turkish shop. They do the absolute best ones out there. So jalapenos, it's a good to go ingredient for this one. It's gonna be a little bit spicy for this fried rice, but that's yeah, what we're gonna expect when the Von Habsburg go wild. There are no Austrian ingredients here except for the fundamental ingredient, which is perhaps I have no clue what this is in English. This is the oil we're going to be using. This is from Austria, and this is the best oil ever. Now I should be using some definitely told me to use olive oil, but I'm not going to be using olive oil because no one uses olive oil in Germany. So let's start with the cutting right here, shall we? It's going to be an easy process. wasn't easy to do on camera, I tell you. Whew. Now the next thing is opening the corned beef can, which for beginners is pretty difficult. So I'm gonna even give you some extra minutes to tell you this. So I'm not gonna do this like an expert now. So first of all, sometimes you get this kind of key, right? This is not just for decoration or something. You can take the key out, of course without the glue, but I'm not skillful to do that anymore. So you don't actually put a goddamn knife in there. That's humanly impossible. So what you gotta do is you gotta find a certain opening, which they provided here, which is pretty tricky to find. So here you go. It's in this hole right here, and bingo, you got this thing. Hurrah! So with this key, you can put this in it. Now of course the key has to be in this position, because you can't turn the damn thing around like this. Yes, you have to turn this thing now, and it's pretty awesome. Just it's quite satisfying to see. So all you have to do is just roll this thing to a... There we go. You hear that? It means you're awesome. Here we go. We're gonna open up the can of corned beef. It's the best thing you can ever imagine to have. Is when you open this can of corned beef, and you've done it so good that the meat shines in your face. Not the metal, the meat. The meat shines on you, as you know how you handle the meat. Because the meat knows that when you can handle the meat, you know it can handle you too. So we're the ending phase of this, and this is the difficult part. Obviously you can continue spinning and the lock will disappear itself. Or you can, or if that doesn't work, but I made it work. If that doesn't work, simply just tilt it over. You're already done actually. Wow, I'm so good at this. There you go, we've got our can of corned beef open. You can open it this. You can open it this way, or the other way. Depends really. Now, sometimes you will get the fat down here, which indicates fat. I highly recommend you remove that actually, because you're gonna be using oil anyway. If you don't want to use oil, you can use this. But since I have onions and garlic, I can't use this. So if you're ever gonna use corned beef and cook it all by itself in a pan, you can use nothing at all. You just use the corned beef. Anyhow, let's get the damn pan rolling.
Oof, before that though, I forgot to mention that whatever variation of corn you find, it's highly likely that there will be some liquid in it, which was used to cool this thing to get here. So you may or may not want to use it. I don't care. You may use it, but for my preferences I would like it to not be there. So what to do with you? Just put everything on this. And you can see how much it actually has inside the can. Still a bunch left. I'm gonna have to do that myself, without the camera. There we go. I think that's all the liquid gone. And I've also placed in the jalapenos along with the dash here, which is lovely. Look at the nice coloring here. Quite a nice combination, I should say. Yum. Okay, now we go to the pan. Alright, so for this to work, we gotta start it up with the... Oh my, the damn thing looks much dirtier than it looks like in real life. The camera must be doing this. Anyhow, so we'll just have to do the obvious point. We gotta put it in the highest. No, I'm kidding. We just have to put it above average, so that's 6 level. We gotta get this wok pan a good kicking, right? We're gonna have to use everything in its power to make sure we got it right. So now we use the first ingredient of them all, the Austrian rapsöl. raps oil, whatever you want to call it. Let's put everything we have. I'm just kidding. We're gonna need quite the amount since the rice is a lot. It's much to consideration how much I use. I think those are 4.5 cups of rice. I think that's a lot. Anyhow, I can't do this with one hand anyway, so let me continue this on a different scale. Okay, I'm sure this is the best view I can get out of this thing. Anyhow, just see how, or just feel how hot it is. So let's put on our first bunch here. We've got, oh, for this matter, don't forget to activate the air ventilation. I hope you can still hear me from that. But anyways, we've got all of our onions here, all of our garlic. Some say you put the garlic first and then the onion. Some say you put the onion first and then the garlic. I say crap on it. Just put both, but with a twist. So first, lovely. It's sound. It's agnostic. Before doing everything at once, quickly have them all go in a row, or just, you know, put them all in bed. Can't believe with 2 onions I'm still not able to fill this thing up. Amazing how big this thing is. Let's put down a notch. I'm just gonna try my best to make this thing flat before I put the garlic in, which is now. This plastic is very convenient, I should say. Not to carry around that damn wooden board anymore. Anyways, let's actually do something about this. So all you have to do is get this thing to a nice level of brownness, not brownness, but golden brownness. The garlic will help too. You will smell an unbelievable amount of onions around here, but that's okay. That's what we're planning here. Okay, the camera is not dented with steam yet, so I am good to go. Am I holding a knife? I'm holding a knife the whole time with my left hand. Okay. So I'll just wait a bit. For you it's gonna be an instant. As it's getting a bit gold brown, it's time to discuss the corned beef. So there we go. So as we can see, I removed the fat from the tip of this thing. I am yet to remove this from the actual can. So let's put it in here. This is my favorite part. I highly recommend that you put it on half heat now. This is about to be a bit spicy. That went cleaner than I thought. Okay. So it's time to get this thing warm enough so that we can, yes, there we go, that we can spread this thing too. It's the easiest kind of meat around. It's the best kind of meat around. So, it's harder than you think, than it looks. But you just gotta keep on trying. Until you get a great amount covered. Turn this thing around so that the other side gets a bit heated up. I think you can increase the heat again since the frost in this corned beef is gone after that little while.
Ugh. Man, I'm not that good right now. Oh my. Come on, man. Do it for me. Right. Okay, that feels good. I'm sure it's just because of this thing. You could use something better, I guess. I'm gonna use this one spoon here. This one wooden spoon here for the entirety of this. So we got the meat, and now we surround this with the onion and garlic. First of all, the smell is amazing. Corned beef is just an amazing meat. It's a bit pricier than regular meat you get from, well, whatever. But in a can, and whenever it's on discount, get it. This thing lasts forever in that can, unlike the regular meat you can find. Plus, it's corned beef. Take a look at that. As it gets warmer, you can flatten it out. Still not ready yet for the big surprise, of course. The big rice surprise. We got our main ingredients going. The corn will come afterwards, after the rice. I have to do that too. It looks pretty good. The reason why I chose Teflon for the pan is because of the corned beef. On regular pans, it tends to stick much frustratingly to your own health. Like the black ones, the black pans. The Teflon will help you in that regard because it's much more thicker than regular pans. Alright, this looks good enough. But you think this looks good enough. The thing here with corned beef is that you try and look at the inside of this thing. If it's not brown enough yet, or it's not yet darker than what you have put it when you put it in there, it's not done yet. The meat, I mean, sure, you can eat the corned beef as it is, but if you want to cook it, you have to make it brown as hell. It's got to have that distinct flavoring in it. And speaking of flavor, I recommend you do not put salt because corned beef itself already has salt, so you don't have to do anything for that. I think about 2 grams of salt, which is pretty plenty than regular meat, which has none. So just put in everything else. Depends on what kind of fried rice you're looking for. Like pepper or curry or curry if you like the what was it called? It's called, of course, I have it in German. But of course, the curry that you can make to create paella. But if I make paella out of corned beef, I think I'll lose my Spanish subscribers. So for that case, I think this looks pretty okay. Put the rice in. Now I am hoping that I have the right amount here. I am fearing for my life that this could end badly. Maybe not, so let's do this. Just gonna put it one by one because this bowl has too much rice in it. Oh geez, some already fell away. I am not doing good there. Just be careful, do not rush. You have all the time in the world. Okay. Oop, that's covering the camera. So essentially, just put everything in here. I've determined I've placed in the right amount of size. And you won't hear much of the corned beef anymore because I have densed it with the rice. I am blocking the camera again, but I have to because I'm right-handed. Just wait a moment, right? Right. Almost done here. Voila!
I have to do a lot of work here, so fast forward. Damn, I have dropped a lot of rice here. It's not unusual for me, but it's probably because of the camera. So it's fast forward time for you. Okay, status report here. It is. You need a lot of muscle to get this rice to a good form. The rice I use is obviously used rice. That's what fried rice is known for. You use the used rice to, well, used in the sense that you cooked it and you stored it already. So, anyways, after the countless amounts of turning this thing over and over, you are gonna get color on the rice. That's expected since you are getting a nice amount of corned beef in the rice as well, just like the oil and whatnot. I am dropping everything here. What am I doing? I don't recommend you actually do that. The oil is pretty hot. You could burn yourself, but since I am an experienced pyrometician, I am allowed to touch anything that burns. I'm sure you can see that from the Halo videos. This is looking pretty good. I am not seeing any forms of the rice anymore. Well, not that many right now. Or the ones that are actually in forms right now are still hiding. That can of corned beef definitely was the right amount. I did not mistake myself here, so it makes me look better on camera, right? Now we can. I think that's the right time. No, it's not. Still getting forms. What am I doing? Oh, there's one. Just so the rice doesn't stay closed. Oh, there's a huge one. So that the heat can go through it as well. Okay, that should be alright. Okay, I think this is the time where we put in the Mexican ingredients. The heat down a bit. So we got our Mexican ingredients here. Let's just dunk it right in. So welcome here. Okay, now for the fun part. We now turn this thing over and over and over again, and then we have our wonderful fried rice together. Not yet though. We gotta do something like use the pepper. Lovely pepper. Like I said, you don't have to use salt because the corned beef already has a lot, so you don't have to use it. But dear God, the pepper should be good. Oh, can you smell it? I feel like I'm about to sneeze. And if you want, you can still put in some paprika, which is this time actually from Spain. Yeah. Okay. Should be plenty enough. Yeah, I should not overdo that. Now I will turn this over and over again, like I always do. Quite the nice size I did here. Right amount of rice, right amount of corned beef, right amount of everything actually. Feels great. Like I said, every ingredient that you put in here is already edible as it is. So really, you can stop right here and it's done. As for me though, I would like to see the rice being roasted a bit. Not the kind of roasted French fries in a sense, but the sense that I just put this thing over it and then let the heat gather in the steam and create a fire inside the pan.
and the end result looks like this. I mean, I could show everything else in it, but it's usually the same. Just turning it over and over again, closing the lid. Well, but turning it over and over again and closing the lid. So, the next footage will be the finished product. And voila. After, I think I did it 5 times, turning it over and then putting the lid on it. This is the final product. This is very nice. I admit this is the best I have ever made of this variation. Let's put it on the bowl. Alright, there we go. And that shall be a freaking week's worth of food. Thanks for watching, and let me hear if you want more of these. This is quite intriguing actually, but it does require a bunch of time from me. But anyways, I'll see you at another time.